In the heart of the dense, ancient forest where no human dared to tread, there lay the hidden kingdom of the wolves. These wolves were not the kind one reads about in ordinary stories. They were regal, proud, and walked on two legs. Their fangs gleamed with power, their hearts cold and ferocious, but at their helm sat a ruler with a heart like no other. His name was Kalan, the Alpha of Alphas, a king who could make the earth tremble with his voice. His golden fur glistened under the moonlight, and his eyes, deep and amber, held the weight of the world. Every wolf in the land respected and feared him, not just because of his strength, but because of his wisdom and fairness. But Kalan had a secret. A secret that tore at the seams of his soul. For the longest time, the wolves had lived by ancient laws. One such law forbade their kind from mingling with humans. The humans, they believed, were fragile and fleeting, weak, mortal beings unworthy of their world. The wolves believed their union would weaken the bloodline, weaken their strength. And yet, Kalan had broken this sacred law. It all began on a cold autumn night. The moon was high, a perfect silver disk in the sky. Kalan, restless in his kingdom, had ventured close to the border of the human world. That's when he saw her, Elena. Elena was beautiful in a way that Kalan had never seen before. Her raven-black hair flowed like the deepest night, her skin soft and glowing under the moon's light. But it was her eyes that trapped him, eyes so full of life, warmth, and kindness that they ignited a fire in Kalan's chest, a fire he could not extinguish. Every night, Kalan returned to that border, watching her from afar. He told himself that it was wrong, that he must not feel this way for a human. Yet, night after night, his feet carried him back to her. Eventually, she noticed him, but rather than fear, there was curiosity in her gaze. And then, there was love. Elena and Kalan met in secret. Beneath the moon and the stars, they shared stories, laughter, and dreams. And though they came from two different worlds, their love blossomed like a wildflower between the cracks of ancient stone. But love, as powerful as it is, can also be dangerous. Kalan knew the dangers of their love, knew the laws that bound him. Yet, he could not stay away. He loved her in a way that transcended reason, beyond what any wolf or human had ever felt. He vowed that he would forsake everything, his throne, his crown, his kingdom, just to be with her. So, one fateful night, Kalan stood before his people, the council of wolves who ruled alongside him. His voice was steady, but his heart pounded as he declared his decision. "I am leaving the throne," he announced, his words echoing through the vast halls. "I have found love. With a human." A collective gasp swept through the chamber. Eyes widened in disbelief. Murmurs of outrage rippled among the wolves. This was not just a violation of tradition, it was betrayal. The elders spoke first, their voices laced with anger. "You cannot abandon us for a mortal girl. She will age and die, but you are eternal. You are our king." But Kalan was firm. "I have made my choice. My love for her is greater than any throne or crown. I will live my life by her side, and if that means I must leave this kingdom, then so be it." And with that, Kalan left his kingdom behind. He took Elena to a hidden place deep within the forest, far from the prying eyes of wolves and humans alike. There, they lived in peace for a time, their love growing stronger with each passing day. Kalan was happy, truly happy, for the first time in his life. But the wolves were not. They were enraged. Their alpha had abandoned them, their king had forsaken the very foundation of their world. And to them, the only way to restore balance was through blood. The wolves could not bear the insult of Kalan's betrayal, and so they did the unthinkable. In the dead of night, while Kalan was away hunting for food, a pack of wolves came to their secret haven. Elena, unaware of the looming danger, opened the door with a smile when she heard the rustling outside. But there was no warmth in the eyes that greeted her, only cold, merciless anger. They took her life swiftly and without hesitation. She fell to the ground, her body as still and cold as the night air. When Kalan returned, the world as he knew it shattered. He found her there, lifeless, her beauty now marred by the violence of his own kind. His howl echoed through the forest, a sound so full of pain that it made even the moon weep. He cradled her body in his arms, his tears falling into her dark hair. The mighty Alpha, the king who had once been invincible, was now broken. His heart, which had once burned so fiercely with love, was now torn apart by sorrow. Days passed, but Kaelan did not move from her side. He did not eat, he did not sleep, his once powerful body grew frail, and his golden fur lost its luster. The wolves of his kingdom whispered about him, some with pity, others with scorn. But none dared approach him. Eventually, Kaelan succumbed to his grief. With his last breath, he whispered her name, and his soul left his broken body, seeking her in the afterlife, where he hoped they could be together once more. In the end, the mighty Alpha who had once ruled with strength and wisdom gave up everything for love. His kingdom fell into chaos without its king, and the wolves were left to wonder if the laws they had upheld for so long had, in fact, been wrong. For love, as they had learned too late, was more powerful than any throne, any crown, or any kingdom. And in the hearts of those who remembered, the story of Kaelan and Elena became a legend, a tragic tale of forbidden love, a love so strong it defied death itself. And so, their souls, entwined by fate, were reunited in the stars, shining brightly in the night sky, together for eternity, free from the laws of both worlds.